All right. Hello, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. I just had a good lunch break, and I am absolutely ready to continue doing this. All right. So last time we left off, um, we were able to copy the DLL, right? We were like the engine DLL. So this lovely guy, the core DLL, we're able to copy it into sandbox.bin over here, right? To automate that process, automate that copy process. We were able to do that, which is fantastic, right? So what I want to do now is I have so what I'm doing right now is I'm copying the include files manually, right? So these guys are being copied manually, and I don't want to do that, right? I want to automate that process, and I think I can do that with the Xcopy, right? So I want to test it and see if I can make it work. So what I want to do is go back to my not. Let's go back to my E drive. Was it T? No. G? No. Which drive was it? Yeah, my D drive. Right. I want to go back to my D drive. What I want to do here is I want to try make a test case, right? So I just want to do ls again to make sure that the target folder is like doesn't actually exist and it's not hidden, it's not doing some shenanigans. So I'm just gonna do target. I'm gonna call this folder target. I'm gonna call this folder core or CRC actually. Right? CRC, I'm gonna have a folder called core. In here, I'm gonna have a folder called. I'm just gonna copy all of this, right? I'm just gonna copy my core folder and paste it here. So I have all my H and CPP files. This is just a demo I want to try outside my project. What I usually like to do, if the task is small enough, I like to do it in a separate project or like test it out separately, not internally, just because it makes things a little bit easier, you know? All right. So what I want to do is be able to copy. This is my target, and I'm gonna have a folder called include. Okay, I'm not even gonna include. Not even gonna have that. So what I want to do here, I want to copy from my D drive, CRC slash CRC slash core slash dot h into target slash includes 0 file copied. Oh, it's not dot h, it's gonna be all the h files. Alright, so does file name or directory name on the target? Um, directory. Alright, so I did that. So it made includes, that's awesome. It copied only both of the header files. It didn't copy the graphics. Okay. Okay. So xcopy copy all files in subfolders with a certain extension. Okay. X copy such MP3 SY. What is SY? So I know what Y is. What is S? So let's do X copy. X copy S copies directories subdirectories unless they're empty. If the S's copy works with single directory. All right, that's awesome. Let's do that. /sy. 3 files copied. All right. Ah, see, now to copy the graphics. No, I'm in the wrong place. Oops. I got excited there for a second. Oh, actually, it still worked. All right, I'm gonna remove the include file. I'm gonna do this one more time. It's gonna ask me for directory file. I'm just gonna do directory includes, and it copied everything, all my header files. That is absolutely fantastic. The problem here is that it's asking me whether this is directory or a file, and I can't answer that question if it's gonna be automatically copied. Like I don't want it even to prompt me with that question. I just want to automatically tell, hey yo, it's directory, you know. So I'm gonna try copy this message and see if I can. Does specify file directory. Alright, so this guy says I'm sure there's a slash thing, and if I read the stuff, I read the documentation, this would be there, but I'm too lazy. /f, I use /f. Source file this. Okay, what's /f? Did I close it? No, it's not here. Alright, /f is display source and destination file name while copying. That's not how display, no. Suspend display messages. I don't want to suspend. Ignore, no display. The following I don't want to display. Copies files and source that exists. Okay. Subset contains wildcard destination does not exist. X copy assumes destination is directory name creating you yes. So /i. So this is gonna be a /i. So /s SIY. Sigh. Hell yeah, baby. Alright, there we go, done. We did it. Let's delete this. Yep. Look at that. Look at that. One thing I don't like this whole sigh, so I like to do /s/. I prefer doing that. It's a little bit more clear to me, at least. So I'm all about clarity, so we'll keep that. Alright, so there you go. Done. Ladies and gentlemen. That was simple. It'll take like 6 billion freaking years. Like 2 seconds. Which is, as you know, is awesome. Alright, so I know the command. Alright, let's add that to Visual Studio. So every time I build sandbox, okay, so now the question is, do I want this happen? Do I want the includes to be copied every time I build core or every time I build sandbox? I think every time I build core. And the reason I say that is because if I try to do this, right? If I do include core / I don't know, graphics / let's say I did a new file. I call it 3d.h, right? This is going to complain and it's going to start bitching. And it's like, hey, yo, 3d.h doesn't exist. What are you doing? Right? So all I have to do is just build the engine. Otherwise, I would have to build the sandbox for these files to be copied. But it makes sense to just build the engine. Every time I build the engine, it just does that, right? But then that means that this is happening. This lib thing is being copied when I build. Like I'm copied in DL when I build this. Hmm. Hmm. So I'm thinking whether I should move this to the engine or not, core or not. I like to have things like consistent. Um, so the reason I put this here to copy the DL, so this is the sandbox, right? And the sandbox, I'm saying post build event. In post build event, I want to copy the DLL. So when I finish copying the sandbox, it copies the DL from the engine, right? What if I do that in the engine? Why did I not do that in the engine? So the reason I didn't do that in the engine is that every time I build the engine, it has to go and place things over there. And it has to create directories and stuff for it. Also, I think it should be in the engine, no? Or should it be in both places? You know what? I think it should be in both places because here's the thing. If there's a scenario where I build the engine, I don't build the sandbox, the DL will be copied. If the scenario where I only build the sandbox, I want the DL to be copied if it was deleted, if I cleaned the project, right? So there's a scenario sometimes I would build the engine alone, sometimes I would only build sandbox alone. If I build both of them, that's fine. There's no issue. But if I build one of them, I want the DL to always be copied. So I think the best solution is to have this duplicated. So this is going to be in here, right? But it also is going to be in the engine. So every time I build the engine, I want it to go in the sandbox. I want the DL to be copied in the sandbox, right? So this is also going to be post-event. So let me get my magnifier here. But it's going to be modified a little bit. So it's going to xcopy from core, right? Rather than doing core here. This is going to be project name. Instead of project name, this is going to be called sandbox, right? Because we're in the engine, so this will be sandbox. If it stayed the way it was, then this would be called core. So I'm copying from core to core, which makes no sense. But if I make this as sandbox, so now I'm copying from, oops, I'm copying from core to sandbox. So I'm copying here. So I'm copying the DLL from core, and I'm pasting it inside sandbox. And project name is the core because we are in core. And this is sandbox over here. So this is correct. I would like to do that. But I would also like to have another X copy, right? The other X copy that we just made looks like, where is it? Is it in here? I would like to copy this, please. There we go. Okay. So what do I want to copy? So I want to copy. I'm just going to copy this. Even though it's not correct, but I want to copy all of it. I want to copy all the header files. And my header files, they exist in... I can deal with this later. Did I close the engine? Oh, I did. It's the only one of them. Alright, well, where's my Vulkan engine? Vulkan game engine. Core, was it? Was it core? Or is it here? Yeah, core. There you go. Okay. So, I want to copy from Vulkan engine dash core. So there's no build here. Move the build. You put Vulkan engine core. I am in core, so project name slash. I want to copy every header file, right, inside core. Yeah, and the destination would be this. So if I copy all of this, so my destination would be build sandbox No, not build sandbox. Yeah, build sandbox. No, not build sandbox. Yes, build sandbox. Build. Yeah, in core. Right. So the destination would be C user repo Vulkan build. Right. Core. So there would be still project name. Right. Core slash include slash include slash core. Slash. Okay, so now it's gonna copy from Vulkan engine, the core project. It's gonna copy every header file, and it's gonna paste it in the build folder of Jesus Christ, in the build folder of core, in the include, and the include will have a core folder. All right. Okay, so let's test all that out. So now, essentially, in theory, right? I was copying all these guys manually, right? So now if I delete the library folder completely, right? And I rebuild my entire project, right? Rendering, doing all that. Ooh, cannot open core engine.h. Yikes. Cannot open include files core/engine. Include core. Why does it have what? Oh, do I not? What did I do? Why is there two cores? Oh. Okay, so I'll have to modify this again. So this would not be slash project slash. Okay. That's okay. Let's try to do this one more time. So I'm gonna delete my build folder completely. Rebuild this. No, what is this? It asked stuff and it just gave me whatever. Okay, cool. Alright, if I go to build, if I go to my core, should have include. In include I have my core. In my core I have all my header files, which is absolutely fantastic. In bin, I have my DLL and lib. And if I go to my sandbox, I have my bin, which exists over here. Right? And now, so now it's really simple. Let's say the build, I haven't built the engine at all. This is fresh build, right? All I have to do, just, sandbox is my main project. So if I press play, it should just open and it should just work, which it does, which is absolutely fantastic. Right? And Visual Studio is going to take a minute here to figure out that these files exist. Come on, Visual Studio, you can do it. I believe in you. Come on, Visual Studio. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Visual Studio, are you gonna fix yourself? Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. That's gonna be a little bit annoying during development. But it works, which is great. Right? I think I have to reset Visual Studio. Visual Studio is kind of garbage. It's like Unity. But what are we gonna do? We can't build the Visual Studio from scratch. That would be a tall order. That would be a very tall order. Too tall, in fact. But there you go. This all exists, which is great. Then if I press play, it works. So we have our engine, right? We have our base engine stuff, which is fantastic. It's actually fabulous. So all I'm gonna do is delete graphics, because graphics are just temporary thing that we tried, right? So delete that. I'm just gonna keep our engine. Gonna remove this render stuff. Right, just gonna keep the common. Hello engine, right? If I press play, just should say hello engine or hello world. Right, just both of these. Yep, hello engine, hello world. And there you go. I don't even need to do hello world. I can just run this and say hello engine. That's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Alright, cool. So we have that. We got that. That's covered. So let's commit our code now. Let's save our code, right? Remember when we talked about save points? Well, this is the perfect time to do this, right? So let's stage all of our code and just say what we did here. Okay, created core project as the main engine, which files into a DLL lib. Created sandbox project, which is used to test out the engine. Configured both projects in a way. Okay, no. Both projects built in the build folder, and all DLs and include files are copied into the build folder as intended. Alright, let's go to Grammarly. Make sure you didn't misspell anything, because, you know, horrible at spelling. Paste that out. Alright, seems all good. All good, all good. Initial engine creation. Sure, why not? Alright, commit that. And let's push that. Alright, so this will be pushed to our main branch, right? And I really never want to push to my main branch ever again. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a new branch. I'm gonna call it dev. It's gonna be my dev branch. Alright, push that out too. This is where we're gonna do our all of our work. So I want to keep our main branch to be the stable branch. So if someone wanted to test the engine, they'll have a stable build in the main branch. The dev branch will be always developed over time, right? And it has it's gonna have bugs and stuff and things that are not completely tested out, but the main branch is gonna be super clean. All right, fantastic. Well, that's done. Hooray! Now I can ignore all this Xcopy stuff, which we don't need. If I refresh, here's all my stuff. My first commit. Excited. Let's go, baby. Let's do this. All right. So apparently we have 62%, 62.6% of C++ and C only 37%. I don't recall I've written any C code. Is it the common.h is going to consider the C code? Sure, why not? All right, cool. So we got that covered. Engine works, or initial kind of how I want the engine to be structured works, which is absolutely great. So now the next step is to all right, so next step is to make a window. All right, I want to build a window in C++. So I just want to display a window on the screen. All right, so what I'm gonna do, so I want to organize my project in a way where platform dependent stuff will be in a folder called platform. Don't worry about the writing, right? And that will be split into multiple. I really should get my tablet. I don't know why I'm talking. Hold on. Okay, so I lost my pen, which is not great. Alright, well, I found my pen. That was fast. Alright, let me connect my tablet. Give me a second here. Ladies and gentlemen and ladies. Now, pain and suffering. So I would connect this through Bluetooth, but it's so much larger in Bluetooth. I don't understand why. Well, I mean, sorry, I bumped the mic right there. I understand why. It's Bluetooth. Bluetooth's trash, but you know, whatever. Ooh, this is taking both screens. This is not good. I gotta fix that. Let's fix that. Alright, buddy, listen here. My friend, no, you should only do on the first screen. Try this out. Much better. It's right here. Hello. Alright, fantastic. Alright, so let me spell this correctly now. Alright. Right. So this would be my platform folder. And it's gonna have subfolders: Windows, Linux, Mac OS. Right. I'd like this engine to be as supported in as many platforms as possible. Right. I want to do Android. I'm gonna do iOS. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna cry. This engine will never be done. And then you have your Xbox, PlayStation, and so on and so forth, right? But so, and Nintendo Switch and so on and so forth. But so I wanna get this into Windows, right? So we'll have a folder called platform, and anything related to the Windows platform will be in that folder, essentially. Think that's a good, nice way to structure this and organize this. I don't quite know. Maybe you'll change that later on, but that's what I'm gonna go with right now. All right, so let's type. I need a new folder called platform. Inside my platform folder, I'll have another folder called Windows. Inside my Windows folder, I'm going to create a new class called okay, hold on. Now, every graphics API need the window to work, right? That's goes without saying. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a new folder called system. Should I call it system? Sure. In system, I'll have a class called window. All right. So this is my main window class. In Windows, I'll have another class called Windows, or window again, right? But I can't have two classes with the same name, so this has to have the abbreviation of Win window. So if it's Linux, I'll do LX window. If it's Android, A and D window, and so on and so forth, right? I think I'll go with the structure. This could definitely change at some point, but I think I'll go with the structure for now. All right. Think that is the structure I am going to go with. I'm gonna have your window. Which are these guys? All right, so we never call, so the window is just an abstraction layer. So if I want to create a window, I just call the window class. I never have to go and call the window. So this is what I mean. Let me try to explain this here. All right, so this is the window class, right? So if a user wants to create a window, they just call the window class and call create window, right? Now, according to what platform you're currently running on, it will call the appropriate class, which is either going to be, I don't know, Win window, all capital, Win window, or Alex window, or Android window, or so on and so forth, right? So you never have to interact with these low-level classes. You only have to interact with the high-level window class. And according to the high-level class, you would create that specific window accordingly. Right? Right. All right, so let's do that. Let's let us do that. So to begin with, I'm just gonna call the low class. I'm gonna call this class directly because I want to test it out and I want to, just want to test it out for now. Okay. So the question is, how do we create a window from here? Well, luckily for us, there's documentation for that. Create window WinAPI. All right, so let's see Microsoft. Can you help us, Microsoft? Yes, you can. All right, so I want to thank you, sir. I want to classify a set of behaviors. Blah blah. Okay, sure, whatever. Every window is associated with a window class. Even if the program only ever creates one instance of that class, it's important to understand that the window class is not a class in C++ sense. Rather, it's a data structure that's used internally operating system class reserve the system to run it. Okay. So we need a class, right? We need to register a window class, and a window class is, again, like the documentation we're saying, is just a data structure that the operating system associate that window with, right? So it's a way of registering that window with the operating system, telling it, hey, Windows or OS, Windows 11 OS, hey, yo, bro. Or we're at 10 right now. Well, 11 is coming out soon. But we're like, hey, yo, bro, OS. I want to register a new window. Here's my window. Here's the structure for it and data and so on and so forth, right? So that's how that's done, right? So let's start. To create a new instance window, call Windows EX. Now, here's the thing. And I've created multiple windows with the Windows API, right? And this is a little bit confusing. There's create window EX, there's create window EXA, and there's a bunch of them, and it's so freaking confusing. So here, create windows EXA, it creates an overlap pop-up or child window with an extended style. Otherwise, this function identical to create. So if we want the extended style, we'll do it. So we'll probably do the extended style. Create an overlap window. Okay, so we're gonna do create window. First, we need to include the Windows API, so let's do that. Window dot Windows.h. All right, which is important. So I'm gonna create two structures, or the constructor and destructor for these things. All right, these will be all public, and then I'm gonna call create. I'm gonna call it create for now. I'll rename it later. I'm gonna rename it to create window, but for now it's fine. The reason I'm saying that is because I don't want to call it create window and then get confused with the whatever's going on. So I'll just do that. Now I want to put everything in a namespace, by the way. So namespace what is the engine called? Vulkan engine VE. Put everything in a namespace. All right. That's important that we do that. All right. And this would be in the VE namespace. This would be in the VE namespace. With the engine would be in the VE namespace. All this lovely stuff would be in the VE namespace, right? And so in here we need to using namespace VE. Right? Is it VE? Yeah, it is VE. So why complaining? Why complaining? Um. Oh, I need. See, this is one of the other things is that I have to build the engine for all this to work out. This has to copy all the new files for it to understand what's going on. This is during development. This is might be a little bit annoying. I think during development, I want to target for this to look at the header files normally. You know. I don't know. We'll see. But this is annoying. The fact that these errors show up, even though it's fixed. Like I just fixed them. I built the engine. It's supposed to do the thing. Right? Because if I remember correctly, I just did this 2 seconds ago. Completely forgot though. Post build, it copies everything. Yeah, copies everything. So I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. I'll deal with this in a second. But going back to this, we have all of our stuff, right? So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna say std cout window is created. std. Alright, I need to get my tablet out of here. Shoot, go away. Alright, why complaining? SCD, yeah, I need to close the ice stream. Whoa, why are you screaming at me? Computer? Sorry, I clicked the caps key, not the computer. Alright, so I gotta build this. This is annoying, so whatever. So in this case, I'm just gonna do engine dot. Oh no, this is okay. This is actually annoying. This is actually not doable. It's not engine dot. Anyways, it's gonna be include core dash system. Wait, no, I don't. I want to go through this immediately. Yeah. So dash platform dash windows dash window.h. Right. I'm just gonna create a window. So you can't find it. Now it's fine. Now it knows that the V exists. Stupid. Window.create. Find this. Should work. It doesn't know what window. Window. Oh, this is not capital. Window. There you go. Window create. Should work. Alright, it's complaining. It doesn't know. Oh, I didn't export it because I'm a stupid man. So I need to include my common. This is quite annoying. In fact, I have to go back. There has to be a solution for this. It's quite annoying, but whatever. I'm gonna go WinAPI, right, to export this. So, and I want to do that for here too, but we don't need it, that's fine. Alright, so build it. Let's see if this works. Okay, so it says window as created here, which is fabulastic, as they say. You're complaining about the engine, incompatible files not allowed. Sure, whatever that means. Alright, so Windows created, right? Which is fantastic. I love when windows are created. It's great. It's great stuff. Absolutely great. Greatness. Fantastic. Alright, so what the document here says, it says create window exe. So we're gonna create, and we're gonna do here create window. Okay, so there's create window A, create window EX, create window EXA, create window W, right? And I hate this. I don't like this at all. So this is a macro, this is a macro. So according to this, if I do with the A, right? This is the, for more information about, okay, so this is creates an overlap with extended EX. Okay, so I want to see what creates window EXA is, right? I want a peak definition. So if I peek this, create window EXA is just, what's EXW? If we're using Unicode, we use create window EX, do W. Otherwise, it would do A. So A is for non-Unicode, W is for Unicode. So we should really be using W, but we're not going to use W anyways. We're just going to do create window EX. And Windows will figure out which one we want. Whether we're running Unicode or not, it'll pick the correct functions to run. All right, so this is the macro. There's also another function, which is also just called create window. So we know A and W, what they are, right? We know X is for extended, and create window, if we pick that definition, so create window would create W for Unicode wide characters or A for normal. So if I want extra styles, I would want to do AX, which I will do. I don't know what those extra styles is. I have zero idea, but I'll go with that. Why not? All right. So these are a bunch of parameters that will apply in a second. All right. So this now will be renamed to create window. The reason I didn't name it create window at the very start is because exactly this. Because now Windows is thinking I'm talking about the Windows stuff. So this is not great. But I believe if I go here, it should be fine. Is it fine? No, it's mad at me. It's like, hey, create window is already exists. It's a preprocessor command. You can't use it. So window.create is fine. I mean, you already know what create does. If we're talking about the window, and yeah, it's fine. Create is fine. Whatever. All right. So all of this is a handy dandy, as they say. I don't know what handy dandy is. Okay, sure. All right. So, well, we jumped a few steps. We need to create the class thing. So WND class, right? We need to register the class. So let's register the class. So WND class WC. Right, and this has to be done once, right? It doesn't have to. We don't have to redo it over and over. So we can do it once, and we can do it in the constructor, right? So we need a window class object. So I'm gonna create a private section. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this side by side. Whoa, wrong thing, buddy. Put this side by side. Make this a tad smaller, right? All right. So what do we need? We need WN class. And call it the Windows class, WC, that's the window class. Right? We'll initialize it to, I don't know, do we have to initialize it to, will it work if I, Okay, so WC would be initialized in here to an empty object, the start. All right, so this is like zero memory. So this is the function zero memory, which is zero out the memory. Make sure everything is set to 0. Doing this would do the exact same thing. So we'll do that. So what do we need? WC.lpfn word proc. All right, this is gonna point to our window proc function, which we'll talk about in a second. WC dot H instance. We need our H instance, obviously, which will point to our H instance. Crazy, I know, right? H instance pointing to H instance. Wow, what is this? LPS. Jesus Christ, Microsoft. Right. This would point to our class name, which is gorgeous. Okay. So let's start with all of these lovely fellas. All right. So we don't need to do this in here. We actually should do this in here. But I want to zero it out. Do I zero it here? Just do it here. Alright, because this is much better, because every time I create the window or destroy the window, I want to, or whenever I create, I need to do all this stuff. That's fine. Okay, cool. Very cool. All of these are cool. Alright, so what I want to do, or what I want to have here, is a string, a lovely string, a fantastic lovely string, an std string, which is the window title. Alright, I know you're complaining. Stop complaining. Alright, buddy, don't make me hurt you. Alright, so I have to create a const wchar underscore t, and the reason I need to do that is because this is Unicode, so we have to use wide characters, and strings don't support wide characters. So, you know, class name. So why don't you do this in here? I don't know. I'll just do it here for now, and then I'll explore the wide character stuff later on. Because it's not my concern right now whatsoever. I really don't care. Funny stuff. Alright, now this is gonna be sad, right? Because you cannot convert a string to a wchar underscore t. It's not a thing that you can do. It's not a thing you can do unless I do this, which will still not work. And this should be an array anyways. Alright, so the first task is to figure out how we're going to do that. Well, we'll deal with this later, so I'm just going to hard code the values here. I'm just going to call this Vulkan window. This is not the window title that's going to appear, by the way, on the window. This is just information we're just going to register with the operating system. Just keep that in mind. We need our H instance, which I believe that we can. Well, we need our H instance, which can just be here. H instance. And I think this is capital H, or how is this spelled? Microsoft. I mean, can you just not? Can you like actually, give me some full-on source code that I can just copy from? Oh, like, why are you being so difficult, Microsoft? Should be just called H instance. Huh. What is this called? Alright, thanks, Microsoft. That was helpful. That's very helpful. Oh, they got some tutorials. Okay. What's the H instance called, buddy? Buddy. H instance. Are you actually gonna show me? I'm not gonna get upset. Oh, it's H instance all capital. Who would have thought? Crazy stuff. Very crazy. Yes. Alright, so I have my H instance. Right? Now, what's an H instance? Well, H instance is basically the instance of the window. It points to the current window, right? Or not the current window. It's pointing to the current executable, exe, that we're running on. So this has to be actually like this. A H instance, if I remember correctly, equal get something. H instance equal get module handle. There you go. That is the magic that I'm looking for. And you pass in a 0 in here. Okay. And so what that does is that it gives you the current handle for the current executable. And so if you read this here, in an exe, it does not make any difference. H instance from WinMain and get module one both refer to the same H instance. But we're not using. Okay, so here's the thing you need to know. Usually how Microsoft creates how you usually create a Windows application is that you have to use something called WinMain, right? We're not using a WinMain, we're using just a normal main, right? So in WinMain, there are an argument where the H instance, you pass it in the arguments here, like do H instance here, right? But seeing we're not using a win main, we're just using a regular main, we cannot do that, right? But the cool thing is that you can still use the H instance, which I can just do this, equal to get module. And this get module essentially looks at the current exe. So imagine this. This H instance, right, over here, H, gotta use my tablet. So this is the H instance, right, which points to your exe. Let's say core.exe. Now I know that core is a DLL file, right? I understand that, but who's gonna call this library? It's gonna be the sandbox, right? So it's gonna be sandbox box.exe, right? So whenever I do get module, right, H instance will reference the sandbox.exe, right? These two guys will be linked together, right? And that's basically what this function does. It just, whenever I run the application, it'll link to sandbox.exe. I don't know why Windows needs that. Zero idea. But you know what? That's what we're gonna do, because Microsoft does what Microsoft does. And so if I pass in 0, you get that. And so even here, if you read, it basically says in an exe, it doesn't make a difference if you're using H instance with winmain or get module, right? We're not using winmain, we're using get module. So yeah, you can pass a null, right? Null and 0 are the same thing. This is just a preprocessor which actually defines the 0. I mean, whatever you want, sure. Null is fine. Not judging or anything. God. Alright, so we registered this lovely fella. So over here, we need to create our winproc. Now, is Microsoft nice enough to give us the winproc function? Of course not. Why would Microsoft do that? Why? Pretty sure there's a better tutorial at Microsoft website. On the Microsoft website, if I'm not mistaken. But you know what? This guy is a lovely fella, as we always say. So what are we going to do? What we are going to do is we're going to have this winproc over here. I'll explain what the winproc is later on. But it has to be a static, and if I remember correctly, static L result winproc yo. As they say. Put a thing over here. Right, and there you go, buddy boy. And so this would be that, right? And that's how that is done. Simple, easy peasy, my baby. Cool. We'll talk about winproc in a second. All right. So it's gonna ask where my winproc is. Here's your winproc. You don't have to be sure. Can I just do this? I can, right? Yeah. Cool. Fancy. Alright, cool. So window proc, WND proc. I could just name it window proc. Do I? No, because it's already spelled like that. I'll just follow the convention of Microsoft. Why not? Alright, this is all fantastic. We registered our stuff. We need to call register window class, so let's do that. So register class. Right, and my class is going to be WC. And we need a pointer, not a pointer, a reference to WC, right? So it's not mad at us. Alright, and then we need HWND. Now, HWND is the window handler. So if this is the exe, so this is the exe handler, HWND, and I like to type it HWND. Do I type like this? I don't know. Some people do that. Because H is, yeah, HWND and stuff. Let's do that. Alright, so HWND is your window handler, right? So if this is your exe handler, this is your window handler, right? Cool. This is some lovely, fantastic stuff. So when we create a window, we get our window handler from the window. Right? If it was created successfully, it's like, hey, yo, bro, lovely fella, we created the window. Here's the window. Take the window. Use the window. Do whatever you want with the window. Right? Or here's the window handler. Okay, cool. That is all fantastic work. So what is the create window exe? What is the create window exe thing does? Right? So what does it do? Well, this creates the window, and so the question is, what does it need? So, well, it needs the style. This is the optional window style, and they're passing 0 to it. So now the question is, what in the frick is the optional window style? Which is WDX style. What is that? The extended window style of the window is being created for full list of possible values. Look at the extended window styles. I would love to look at the possible values, the entire possible values of that. The window accepts drag and drop files. Oh, that is cool. That is actually cool. Okay. Forces a top-level window on the taskbar when the window is visible. Okay, sure. Window has a border with a sunken edge. That's hot. I don't know what the fuck, man. Paints all the... Okay. Okay. Windows, okay. Alright, so there's some cool extended styles. Align property, this is default. Hebrew or Arabic, another language that supports reading, alignment, horizontal. Alright. Alright. Alright, so there's a bunch of styles. Window should placed above and on. Okay. Window has a 3-dimensional border style intended to be used an item that will not accept user input. Alright, a bunch of styles. So we're just gonna give it 0. Yeah. Because I don't think we need any of these styles, but sure, why not? Thank you, Microsoft. Thank you Microsoft for allowing us, for giving us the privilege of using all your beautiful styles. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alright, next. We need the window class. So we'll give it the window class when we register the window. But hey, yo, bro, what's up, muchacho? Give us the window class. Here's the window class. Okay. Next, the actual window text, right? So again, I'm just gonna hard code this right now because I don't know how to convert a string to wchar, whatever the fuck this is. So I'm just gonna hard code it. I'm gonna call it Vulkan engine, and you know what? I'm gonna put a smiley emoji because we're using Unicode. Unicode supports extended characters, and extended characters or emojis are part of extended characters, so we can have emojis, which is cool. Alright, it's fantastic stuff. Absolutely lovely. Don't you just love? What is your issue, bro? Some Unicode character file could not be saved in the current code page. Do you want to reverse the file Unicode in order to maintain your data? Yes, why is it not Unicode? Why is this file by default not Unicode? What? You want me to fight you, bro? Okay. Next, window style. Okay, so this is actually important, the window style. Right? And we want to specify a specific style that we want. So if you want to support like borderless window or full screen window or whatever, we have to specify that, right? So if I Google this real quick, there's a bunch of styles that exist. Not the extended styles. This is the normal styles, not the extended ones. Because you can see here, this is extended window style. This is the window style, right? So by default, we have this window overlap window. This is an overlap window, same as tile window, which includes all these stuff. So I'll put this as the default for now. Later on, we'll play with it. We'll change it. Okay, now the size, position, and scale of my window, right? And you can see here, really tiny text. If I try to zoom in for you guys, look at that smiley face. Oh, so beautiful. All right, so you have your X, Y, width, and height, right? So we want to specify these. Where do you want the window to appear? X position, Y position, and the width and height, right? So we want to do all that. I'll just hard code it. I'll say it's 100 pixels from the right, 100 pixels from the top, and the window is 1920 by 1080. And seeing I have a 4K screen, that'll be not the full screen, it'll be smaller screen. Not whatsoever. What's the word I'm looking for here? What's the word I'm looking for? Bragging. That's the one. Not bragging that I have a 4K screen. I'm just saying that because I have a 4K screen, it's gonna be 1920 by 1080. That's gonna be like a smaller window. You know, I'm just saying. You guys don't understand. Just, no one understands. It's fine. Whatever. All right. So, parent window. I have no parent window. I am parentless. I was born without parents. So there you go. No. So what's the parent window is, this is really, really cool, right? Back in the old applications, or even now, there are still applications that do that. If you have a window, multi-window application. Yeah. So a multi-window application is an application that has multiple windows. I know, it's crazy, super freaky. So you can see how the parent window over here, Microsoft, fucking Google, I swear to God. Thank you. All right, so you can see that I need my Epic pen. I must have my Epic pen. Epic pen to the rescue. Epic pen aid me. Where's my Epic pen? Here we go. So you can see that this is the parent window. This over here, right? This is the WD blah blah. Well, that's the parent window, right? And so, and these are windows inside the parent window, or they can be dragged outside the parent window, right? So, if you have a parent window, you can, but we're only gonna you can specify it, but we only have one window. It's one game window. We're not gonna have multiple windows, right? So, we can tell Microsoft to fuck off and just give it null, right? So no parent window. Menu, we don't have a menu, and a menu is, again, I just closed it. This is the menu here. See file, edit, view, get, project, build, debug, test, analyze, tool, extensions, window help. That's a menu. We don't have a menu. It's a game. We're not making an application. So no, H instance. We need to provide the H instance. Here you go. There you go, buddy. Don't be mad. Application additional data. That is useful later on. We're gonna use that later on, but it's gonna pass the plugin. And that's it. And there you go. See how that easy was? Only 6 billion fucking parameters to create a window. So easy. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Crazy. Now we want to check if HWND does not equal to, or if it's equal to null, then, right? Then I would like to provide a message that says std cout window or fail to create a window. Cout. Oh, end line. What am I doing? Right? Else, and we want to return from our application. Until, hey, hey, yo, return. Else, I'll just say window created successfully. And we don't need this single line of code. Windows window is created. Or Windows window is created. Or Windows window created success. Oh my god, successfully. Jesus Christ, I don't know how to spell successfully. So Google help. Ah, thank you, Google. You're so nice. Oh my god, crazy. Alright. Windows window created successfully. Why or just call it window? Window created successfully. Window was created successfully. I just create whatever. Fuck it, who cares? Alright, so and then we need to show the window, right? Now that we've created the window and it has been successfully created, we would like to show it, right? So HWND, right? And then CMD show. Now CMD show is an interesting parameter that is a fucking little bitch of a parameter, right? Before, I remember I had a story where I passed 0 here, and I spent the next hour trying to figure out why the window was created successfully, but I cannot see it. So don't pass fucking 0 here, Because 0 is hide the window. 1 show the window normally. So we'll do 1 for now. Actually, what I'll do, I'll give a parameter for this. Here. That's 1 here. I'll make it int. There we go. Closes. You're still mad at me. I know. Just go away. Alright. So all this seems good. So in theory, if I press play, hopefully, if I press play, this should work and I should have a window. So let's see. Let's work. Oh! Windows created successfully and then it disappeared. And you guys probably didn't see that, but I saw a big flash. A flash of lightning. It was scary. If I put an infinite loop here, that should work. Haha! I have a window. It's called Vulcan. Oh, look at that beautiful emoji. Man, I'm telling you, I'm an artist. Absolutely. Absolute legend of an artist. Magnifier. Where am I magnifier at? Right, oh, look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. One of a kind smiley face. Doesn't that make your heart melt? It does to mine. Alright, cool. Now, we need a game loop, right? To keep the window open. But, rather than doing that, I mean, we need that. Like, there's no rather than. We do need that. But, we need to process events. And I didn't explain WinProc yet to you guys, but we'll in a second. We'll that again. So, we registered the class. Alright, we created the window. We showed the window. Next, we need to talk about the loop. The window loop, right? So what I need an update function. So I need a bool. Is it a bool? Void. No. I have a bool. While window is open. Alright, we'll do that. And then a void update. Okay. Create these lovely functions. And for now, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna return true because Windows always open. It's just temporary. Okay, calm down. Jeez. All right, cool. So now the window over here. So we need this part, right? We need to process our messages. So I'm gonna have a loop that says while. Okay, I'll type it. I was gonna copy it, but you know what? I'm better than that. I don't copy code. Oh, I do all the time, but that's not the point. I need my message to be processed. MSG. Null, apparently on this part. Wait, why null? HW. I think it doesn't matter if you pass null or HW. Indeed doesn't matter. That's for sure. And 0. Bigger than 0. Explain that part to me. Why bigger than 0? Okay, now we don't want get message. This is not the function we want because this is a blocking. It's gonna block our code. Get message, right? And we need the message anyways. Where's the message? Here, MSG. I'll just copy that real quick. MSG, right? Empty that baby up, right? But the function is not get message. There's another function because this is blocking. Get message. I'll turn it to WinAPI. I think it's called fetch message or something like that. I don't freaking know. Yeah. Get message queue, peak message. There we go. That's what I want, right? Peak message doesn't block. And if you read this, The following example shows how use peak message to examine a message queue for mouse click and keyboard input during lengthy process. Examine message queue. Occasionally, the application needs to examine the content of a thread message queue from the outside of the thread. Okay, for example, if the okay, I don't care. You can use peak message to examine the queue during peak message simply to get the message. Both check the message queue for that matches the filter and copy the message structure. The main difference is that between the two functions, get message does not return until a message matches the filter in a certain place is queued, where peak message immediately, regardless whether the message is in queue. So get message is blocking, right? The application is going to freeze up until we have an event. And in a game, we don't want that to happen, right? So an event would be a mouse click, a keyboard press W, or if you pressed on the mouse, or if you close the window, right? All these are messages that you dispatch or give to the operating system, and the operating system processes them in the window and it does something. Now, get message will block, right, the entire application. None of the application will stop processing. It's not going to work at all, and or it's going to freeze and it's going to wait for that message. It's going to wait for your input. It's going to wait for you to press on the screen. Now you might wonder, why would you ever do that? It's kind of stupid. Well, in a normal application that's not real time, like Excel, right? That's useful because you don't want to keep updating Excel every frame, right? Every like all the time. You only want to update Excel if you click on Excel, or you want to do something, right? So it saves energy, it saves CPU power, and so on and so forth. But we're running a real-time application, so get message would not work for us. So instead, we use peak message. So that's what we're gonna do. Peaky message to peak message. All right, cool. And it works, I believe, similarly. I guess not. What is this? Specify how the messages are be handled. This parameter can be one or more following. Non-remove, and the messages are not removed from the queue after processing by peak message. The messages are removed from the queue after processing peak message. Prevent the system from releasing any thread that is waiting. Okay, so I think we want to do non-remove, right? Oh, they say remove. Do I have a remove? I don't remember. I would like to double check my game engine that I've done like a billion years ago. Just make sure what I did there. You know what? I'm a man. I don't do that thing. I don't check old code. I look at new code. New code is the way. Oh, let's look at game of that. Oh, thank you, man. Get message. No. You're horrible. GameDev.net. It's horrible. Absolutely disgusting. It's really bad. I don't want to get message. I want to pick message. Do I want to remove the message? Do I want to remove the message? Not remove the message. Not remove from the queue after the process by message. Measure remove from the. I don't know. I don't know. You know what? Let's just, yeah, sure. Let's remove and yeah. Why not? Because here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? I'm scared if I remove the message here. WinProc. Okay, I didn't talk about WinProc. WinProc is a function that has all the messages. So when I pick a message and translate it and dispatch it, it's gonna be in here, right? When it's in here, I'll be able to figure out what the message is. So if the message is close the window, I destroy the window. If the message is destroy the window, I sure do that. Whatever. They do the same thing. But if I want to maximize, minimize the window, and so on and so forth, I can do all that in here. So this is where I want to do these stuff. And here he's removing it because he's processing them within here. He's not using WinProc, which is a little bit concerning. Not gonna lie. Yeah. See how he's handling all that in. I don't wanna do it that way. I was doing it in WinProc. WinProc was nice. WinProc was beautifully done. So I'm just gonna dispatch and translate, and I'm not gonna remove it. That's what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. So this is no remove or no remove. I'm gonna translate and dispatch it because if I remove it, it's gonna be a wild adventure. Let me check. Let me check on peak message. Let me see other examples of people doing that. Peak message. Okay, so peak message. While here, translate dispatch. PM remove. See, he removed it here. PM remove. He's removing it. Bro, why do you want me to hit you? Oh, perfect. Direct text tutorial. This will help. Okay. Peak message while true. Blah blah blah. He did remove it. Mother. Do you want me to hit you? He also removed it. As a first shabby. Get message. In addition, because does not block the message CPU. Okay, that's fine. All right, you know what? I'll do non. I'll try remove if I don't get the message here. Because this was removed, I will reevaluate. I'll keep it removed for now. Let's see. Because here's the thing, like I mentioned, I'm scared if I remove it here, I will not be able to use it here, right? So I want to see. I would like to see. Who didn't call update? What am I doing here? Yeah, shut up. So what I'm gonna do while window dot it should have it. Windows open. Why? Well, can't find it because, well, I really think of this update. Right. So I can move the window now, or before I wasn't able to do that. If I close this, it closes properly. Actually, I have to close both of them. It's kind of funny. So update. Okay, so I need to mark this as false. Okay. So I'm gonna have a boolean here. Is window open. This boolean is going to be false. This boolean will become true in here. This will return this. I shouldn't do that. I can just do this in here. Const is window open here. Inline. Right. Cool. Inline is window open. That's gonna return as window open. This is private, this is public, and this window open. If we do this, this would be false. This would be false. What's your issue, bro? Do you want me to fight? Non-static member must be relative to... Oh, fudge. Okay, so remember when I said that this is really important, this part, where I said it's important later on? Well, later on is here. Because what I want to do is I want to be able to use this this thing, right? And I can't use it because this is a static function. So I believe I passed this in here. All right. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I can do cool things with this. I don't know what I'm saying. Don't worry about it. So create window. What is this called? This parameter is called LP void param. LP param, which is this. Now LP param, what I can do is I can cast this to a window equal to window. It's a pointer which I cast here called window. Right? This is a pointer, and I can do window. is Windows open. Do that. I believe this will work. I don't know. It could be wrong. It could be like, I don't freaking know what I'm doing. Most of the time, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see if I close this. And it crashes. Because window was null pointer. It's a null pointer. A null pointer. It's a null pointer. The window is a null pointer. It's a alarm pointer. It's a alarm pointer. LP void. LP prep. LP void. LP param. Let's see how this is used because I don't quite remember how it's used. LP pointer, LP param. We like to go on the big wham. Okay. I don't know what this is. I don't care what you say to me. This is very helpful. All of this is very helpful. Thank you, guys. I mean, I did that. It didn't work. You want to fight? Because I'll fight you. It didn't work. I did LP param. Maybe it's W param? I doubt it's W param. I'm 100% sure it's LP param. Yeah. Put a breakpoint here. What? Shut the fuck up. I don't want extensions. Who said I want extensions? Go away. Thank you. Why is this null? Oh, so null. What the frick? It's working. So why are you being a little bitch? Huh? 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 Alright, and then if I close it, now this is null. Is this because in the switch statement? What? Huh? What? Huh? Huh? What? Huh? Huh? This makes no sense. What? Huh? Huh? What? They have to cast this every time. This is dumb. This is actually dumb if this is the case. There has to be, like, I remember not having to do this. What's your problem? Window is redefined. Of course it's fucking redefined. Don't make me fight you. Having to cast this over and over is not a pleasing solution. I mean, it works. Oh, it's no, it still doesn't work. It's still no. So funny. Alright, cool. Alright. Because I'm gonna be back in 5 minutes. You can just look at this. I'll just let me just do this. You can just look at this. Right? Why are you having a choco? What the fuck is wrong with you? You can look at this. Alright, there you go. Maximize this. Oh, so sexy. Look at him. Just chilling. Chilling like he is from I Hate You website. This is a perfect picture. There you go. You can look at this beauty. I'll be back. Guess who's back? Back again. Katie's back. Tell a friend. And we got cancelled on YouTube. Alright. What's your issue? You want to fight? I'll fight you. I promise. Okay, I'm just gonna look at my old engine code. Because I'm pretty sure this is how it's supposed to be done. Alright. Can I look at code, please? Thank you. Or BF. Platform. Windows CPP. See, I pass in this like I normally do. And then I do null here, like apparently like I normally do. And then I interpret cast LP param like I normally do. What in the flying shit is this? LP create param? What? What? What does that all mean? Static cast to reinterpret. What the flying fridge? Yes, there once was a fridge. Oh, he says it's over here. You have to do re-enter cast window thread LP param. What's window thread? So I'm just gonna copy this line here and be done with it. You know it. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. What's your issue? A non-static parameter. How'd I get W? Oh, it's so much cheese, bro. There, you happy? Are you happy, my friend? Are you happy today? Tell me if you're happy today. If you're happy today, tell me that you're happy today. Today. Okay, false. There you go. I don't know what this line does. I just copied it off the internet. I remember back then. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna copy it again because I can. That's right. Deal with it. Alright, so I have my window. I can close it, and my application crashes again. Motherfuck. What the fucking fuck is wrong with you? Okay, I'm officially confused. Oh, I've done that. Oh my god, I have to do all of this? No fucking way. End create. What is end create? Oh, this is when I create the window for the first time? End create. Set prior to the end create message. Windows received. This is when so this is the point to the when create search contains the reference about the. So this is when this is first created for the first time. Okay, so I don't know what the fridge is this. Okay. And why is this not why is this outside? Why is it not a case thing? What am I doing with my life? Am I crazy? I could be. Very well. Yes, I could be. Oh, yes. Alright, cool. Calm down now. Alright. Oh, we have an else, that's why. Fuck you. Copy this, paste it here, call it MS, because we can. Na 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 na. La 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 la. This should work. Hopefully it should work. I don't know what this code does, but I'm gonna copy it from the interweb because it works perfectly fine. Yeah. Oh fuck no. I love how false is redefined. I love when false is redefined. It's so good. It's like, oh my god, this is the best thing I've ever experienced in my life. It's like OMG, you know? When it's OMG, it's like OMG. Yeah. So I don't know what this block of code does. Right? But all I know is that it does something which allows me to use this, which I can. So yeah, there you go. That's what that does. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, so it works. We have a window. I mean, what more do you want? Huh? We have a window. It's with an emoji in it, in the title. Like, come on, tell me this is not the best day of your life. I dare you. I dare you. You'd be lying. You'd be lying to yourself. You'd be lying to your friends. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look at my old code and figure out how the hell I'm switching how I'm converting wchar to non-wchar thing. So, oh, there's this multi-byte to wide character. It's a function that does the conversion. Cool. This is so much fun. Oh my god, I'm having the best time of my life. Not sarcastically. I'm definitely not being sarcastic right now whatsoever. Like at all. Like oh my god. Frick. Alright, so I'm gonna do int x, int y. I'm gonna call it position x, position y, and width. Be careful. Sure, why not? Position width and height. Because I can, because I can, because I can and I can. La 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 la. Copy all of this, paste it all here. Paste it here, and then give it a parameter here. It's gonna be 100, it's gonna be 200, it's gonna be a 9020, it's gonna be a 920 by 1080p. Yes. I am both a programmer and a singer. Deal with it. If I press play, it should go and play. It should go and play. So 100 pixels from right, 200 pixels on top, 1920 by 1080. Close the window, it closes. Fantastic work. Now, this is really annoying me. Right, all these wiggly lines. And the reason that happens is because we keep copying the header files every time we build, right? And that turned out not to be the weirdest solution in the world. So what I'm just gonna end up doing is just point to these headers, the actual headers in here, right? And then when we build, we can build the headers the way we want to build them, right? I think that's the most sensible solution, right? So yeah, so I'm just gonna point. So I'm just gonna change this. I'm gonna make this point to library directory. No, not the library. Sorry, the include files. It's not gonna be build. It's gonna be. Let me just copy this. It's not gonna be build. Instead, repo Vulkan. It's not gonna be build, so ignore build. Whoa, not all that, my friend. It's not gonna be sandbox. This is gonna be called core. Solution dir, sure. Core slash. Let me just find. Let me find the correct stuff, please. So here, Vulkan, yeah. Let me zoom back in. Vulkan core, which exists, and this is core slash core. So we're gonna do core slash core, and that's it. So core slash, or just core slash, you know, yeah, it's just core slash. Then click OK. Click on apply. Post build. This is what is this? X copy. So this is copying the DLL. And this is post build event. Yeah, this is all correct. Okay. So now, I don't have to. Now the sandbox is just pointing to this folder, the core folder, rather than pointing the build one. It's just pointing here all the time. Just because if I change something, I'll immediately be reflected, rather than having these squiggly lines, which are really freaking annoying. So I'm just gonna rebuild the entire project, right here, real quick. And this is taking forever to build. So I'm wondering, did I enable MT multi-thread compilation for this thing? I don't know. Let me see. Multi-address, multi-process compilation. I did not enable that. I should enable that here. Yes, please. Okay, let's rebuild this again. I don't know if that was faster. Let's say it was. I believe you have to do multiple things to enable multi-thread compilation. Multi-threaded compilation C++ BS. Yeah. There we go. Nope. Compile code on multiple threads. Visual Studio. Enable multi-process parallel build. There we go. So all I have to do is enable minimum. Yeah, I do yes on this. What else? That's it? Worked? I did it? Alright, I guess I did it. Whoa, look at me. Woohoo! Sure, why not? There you go. Fixed. Done. Saved. Alright, fantastic. So we did this, we fixed all of these, and again we have our window, and the window's here, and I can close it, and whatever. Later on, I want to approve the system a little bit. We want to put the actual name over here, right? The window name. So I would like to do that. And I would like to, yeah, I'd like to do that. And yeah, that's really it. Uninitialized origins member variable. What's uninitialized? Oh, these guys are uninitialized and you're complaining about them? Fine, we'll initialize them. Jeez, why so mad, bro? Alright, so we'll start WC, that'll be 0. Or no. Or what is this supposed to be? See, you're complaining about stuff that you shouldn't be complaining about. H instance. No. HWD. No. What else? MSG. No. What else? What else do you have? You can't do that? Fine. Boolean. There you go. All done. What else do you want? Done here. You happy? H instance message and WC. Message and WC. Message and WC. What is message? MSG. Is it null picture? Null picture. Maybe. No. Doesn't look like it. What is it supposed to be? How do I initialize you to nothing? Do I just do this? Sure. Suppose so. And that's message WC class. So WC class would be what's empty? H instance, HW. Cool. Are you happy? Ah, there you go. Now you're happy. Oh, that is so nice. So nice that you're happy. I like when you're happy, you know? Rebuild this. Alright, I have no warnings, which is fantastic. No issues whatsoever. Game engine works. Open it, opens the window, close it, close the window. All that's handy and dandy. Alright, cool. I think that's it for today. I'll end this session of work today. Alright. I'll commit my code as always. Let me just do that right now. Added Windows window. That's it. Or engine now support opening a Windows window. I don't know. Cool. Commit. Push that out. So I'll fast forward the main branch. Merge dev into main. Yes. Push out main. Do that. Alright, so they're always on the same level. And go back to dev. And there we go. Cool. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna end this session. This is all we're gonna do for today. I'm pretty exhausted. We've done what? 2.5 hour session, another almost 2 hour session. Yeah. Alright, cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. I don't know what the flip side is, but sure, I'll catch you guys there. See ya.